Attention. The movie guys love movies. Any comments made about a movie where aging stars punch each other over 30-year-old grudges are purely for entertainment purposes only. Isn't that right, Meryl Streep and Julia Roberts?
Oh, it's the holiday show!
I knew I was wearing a sweater for a reason.
Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, everybody. And can you even say Happy Hanukkah anymore? It's over, right?
That is
it's
over.
That was
So happy
Thanksgiving.
Kwanzaa.
What other holidays?
It's a holiday. Throw it in the mix. And it is our holiday show, ladies and gentlemen. A very special movie showcast. Yes, let's toast. The nog is flowing here.
Nog.
What is this stuff? I ask annually.
This is our 4th annual holiday special.
Wow.
And, of course, part of the vast and sprawling Movie Guys empire.
Hallelujah! Holy shit! Where's the Tylenol?
As ever, we are broadcasting from the decked out and merryman Admiral's Club, where the Christmas spirit is contagious, and we're getting psyched for the onslaught of too many movies released every weekend till the end of the year, as Hollywood makes its Oscar push. My name is Paul Preston. I am your host here as ever with Lee Caius, Adam Witt, and Karen Volpe. Plus, there are a veritable bevy of special guests waiting by the wings to stop by the studio and share in the glee that is holiday movie time. A quick question for the table, just to start things off with conversation.
Is that the question?
Yes, if you could get in, that's the question. What
What's
is
a bevy?
A bevy?
Is it half a rick or a full yard to every
Keep
bevy?
using
That's wood firewood terminology. A rick.
A rick? I thought it
rick
was
of
A cord.
a cord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then every cord I think is made up of a rick.
Oh, wow.
Like 4 ricks to a cord.
how many cords in a faggot?
I
Hey, that's a real term. I'm not being weird.
I don't smoke. I don't know.
But if this is the real question. If you could have any movie right now given to you on Blu-ray that you don't currently own, and it's a tough question to ask nowadays because, you could go on to Netflix and probably get a number of movies that you really like. What would be the movie that you don't have that you wish you had? Or maybe it's a lost movie that you couldn't find that now you could get as a Christmas wish. What would it be?
And Blu-ray is the hook here?
Yeah, do
Well,
we
no,
have to-
Oh,
maybe,
okay.
yeah, because I got
Yeah,
old
high
VHS
definition,
that
yeah.
I need to really toss and get.
Yeah.
But I mean, I can't part with my copy of everything that's over there on the shelf. Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid. Come on, I can't get rid of that until I make sure I got a
Yeah.
DVD at least, if not a Blu-ray, in my hands.
I'd like a glimpse inside the mind of Charles Swan.
What is that?
Oh yes,
It's a Bill Murray movie that I managed to miss somehow.
Oh.
it missed theaters. It kind of
Yeah.
went to iTunes and
Yeah,
like a
I-
week in the theaters, cross-platform release.
I missed a Bill
I
Murray
don't think
movie.
you
It's
missed it,
embarrassing.
Karen. I think it missed everybody.
It was missed in general.
So that's why I need Santa to bring it to me.
That is a Charlie Sheen movie.
Yep.
With Bill Murray in his parting.
Wow.
role.
Say the title again, please.
A glimpse inside the mind of Charles Swan.
The third.
Well, I
The
remember
third.
this. I do remember this. This is like a year ago or something.
Yeah, it seems to be very fun and
God, that
kind
almost wasn't
of
even
crazy.
released.
Writing
but
this down.
thank you, Santa. It seems very fun and really kind of a movie that's going to have a very specific style, but I have not seen it.
Green Lantern for me.
There you go.
What?
It's a superhero movie I don't have. I just haven't gotten it.
Ryan Reynolds?
Yeah.
Martin Campbell?
Yeah.
You like that enough?
I own Daredevil. I own Ghost Rider. Of course
That's
I would
true.
own. I mean, it's funny. Every time I see it on cable, I'll TiVo it and watch parts of it. I mean, there's parts of it that are pretty watchable.
Do you have The Phantom?
The Phantom?
Yeah.
Yes.
The Phantom. Billy
Yeah.
Zane? You have it?
Yeah, well, I have that on VHS. That one hasn't made the transfer. But
See, sometimes you got to do that.
yeah.
And the Shadow?
I do have the Phantom TV show,
Oh.
which only ran for about like 10 episodes, but I found it for like $5 on DVD. Pretty good. A lot of parkour.
When in doubt, right?
So what year did it come out?
I don't actually have one. I can't. I'm kind of hung up on the Blu-ray angle because I know that's a big deal. Like because it's a supposedly a
you
better
can even-
picture.
Yeah, you can even say DVD for you because you're not like obsessive about the higher quality. or whatever.
Exactly.
Like, what's on
Uh,
DVD that you're like, oh, I love this, but I don't have it.
Everything I want, I have. I have the 12 movies I need to get me through the
Yeah.
one. But I do want
Let's
to
see. Can we
12
name
Tom
them?
Cruise movies.
Few Good Men.
Few Good Men.
Good Man.
Big
The Big
Lebowski.
Lebowski.
Wood.
Joe versus a Volcano.
And I hate to sound like less than a movie guy about
Midnight Run?
this.
Oh, you don't have Midnight
Ding,
Run.
ding,
I got
ding.
that. I
We've
got that
discussed
2 months
this.
ago.
Yeah.
Went to Amoeba,
Yep.
snatched that.
That
shit.
is when I need.
That was one I didn't have for a long time.
need.
Yeah.
But I like I said, I hate to sound like less than a movie guy about this, but for me, really, really high quality video is kind of like really, really high quality audio. For me, at a certain point, it just all becomes the same quality. I
Yeah.
can't tell the difference between really good and super really good. I can tell the difference between really good and really shitty. That's about it.
And America's about to join you in that because now they're doing the 4K TV with the Super Blu-ray. And you know what? People are not going to give a shit. There's going to be like the couple of those guys with their really big dens where they brag to their friends that this cost $1 million or whatever. But the rest of us, we don't need 4K.
Because 4K's made up. It's not really a thing, right? That's just a new word they came up with to say you don't have this, so you need it now.
Well, what's funny about that is when the Vudu, that online rental thing, when that first came out, they had 3 options: standard def, high def, or super high def. The difference between high def and super high def is you have to press a special button to make it not super high def. So, like, it's been invented.
Right.
All right, hang on. 4K to me, when you said that, I immediately thought of Lloyd Dobler having to ski it in order to get some girl to like him.
The K1 or the K2?
Oh, K2.
The K2.
That's K2.
Oh,
the Widowmaker.
I was like, better off dead.
They have a K3, but they just press a button to make it a K2.
Yeah.
No, it's like Retsin or Techron with Smogtron or whatever.
Techron with Smogtron.
You know, it's made up marketing. I don't buy it.
It's all bullshit.
But if there is a Midnight Run in 4K, I'll take it.
Well, listen, not only are we in the holiday spirit here on the Movie Showcast, but the whole Movie Guys network is under the spell.
yeah.
Are you aware of this?
Wow.
As you know, every year we set up a 24-hour channel of all holiday music over on The Deuce.
Nice.
The Movie Guys Deuce, our sister station. This year is no different. It's pretty sweet. Anytime you need a little Christmas cheer, you can just tune in and get a taste of some music from this festive season. And if you have our Movie Guys portable radio, the scroll will list the song title.
Oh, good.
Right now, it says they're playing that classic song, The 47 Ronin of Christmas.
Oh, wait a second. I would like to tune this out. I never saw the first 46 Ronin, and man, I sure don't want it spoiled.
I'm sure you don't.
That's smart thinking, Karen.
Thank you.
Yeah.
If I may cut in for a second and explain something to the people. If you haven't watched The Wolverine, a Ronin is a samurai who's lost his master. This is the story of 47 such men, if the title is to be believed. Even though there's 47 of them, only one of them has proven to be a box office draw, and that is Keanu Reeves.
Adam, if you've learned anything from birthday segment of our show, it's that the word Kiana means cool breeze.
That's right. Ah, yes. Okay. Only one of them is proven to be a box office draw, and that is Cool Breeze Reeves.
Much better.
Anyway, to achieve revenge for their banishment, the 47 Ronin must exhibit amazing feats of courage and wire work. They must fight their way through a series of mystical beasts whose witchcrafts allows their clothes to turn into CGI dragons, as foretold in the ancient Chinese prophecy, the Tao de Ridiculous. Ridiculiculous.
You know, I've heard
That's the sequel is the Ridiculiculous, the Tao of that.
I've heard that the martial arts action sounds so intense that I'm sure we'll all wonder why Keanu's lips match his words.
All right. First of all, you can't guarantee that. Secondly, enough of this mess. Can we listen in on the music? So here we go.
I'm
Let's
gonna plug my
take a
ears.
taste. The 47 Ronin of Christmas.
All right.
47 Ronin fighting, 46 geishas kneeling, 45 castles storming, 45...
Oh, I'm sure
Wow.
it goes on like that.
Did I miss something?
No, you
That's
didn't.
a lot of running.
I always thought that was a long song to begin with. 47, good Lord. We'll be checking in with the Deuce here and there throughout the day to see what tunes they'll be offering. But we have a new segment this year as we await the arrival of Ron Burgundy here in studio.
Wow. Of
course.
That's a big
Great.
get,
Just in
Paul.
time for Christmas.
It's a big night.
Wow.
Pretty exciting. Now, this is the first year we're checking in with something that the kids are going to get a big kick out of, I think, around the nation. The Burgundy Tracker.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so let's do that now and throw things over to Lee.
Thanks, Paul. Our special guest, Ron Burgundy, is actually en route to the Admiral's Club as we speak, and he
right.
should be arriving shortly. So as you can see here, we've set out a plate of cookies and a bottle of scotch to help him
Perfect.
feel right at home once he does
Scotchy,
arrive.
Scotch.
Now, in the meantime, though, as Paul said, we'll be tracking his progress as he journeys his way here to beautiful Burbank with our new movie promotion radar tracking system called the AnchorTrax 5000.
Sexy.
Yes. Now, much like NORAD tracks Santa as he makes his appointed rounds of gift giving, we'll be
Exactly.
tracking Anchorman 2's Ron Burgundy as he makes his way to our studio. Now, at the risk of sounding a little anticlimactic, this really should be a rather short trip for Mr. Burgundy, as Paramount Studios, the makers of this film, isn't too far from the Admiral's Club. As a matter of fact, it's just across town, right over the valley. So unless he gets sidetracked, right, and for some reason, and really what could possibly keep him, he should be here very shortly. So, Paul, if no further ado, let's tune in the AnchorTrax 5000 and see if we can't figure out just where he is.
Let me fire it up.
Okay, we're honing in. All right, if I'm reading this correctly, it looks like he's just now leaving Paramount. He's moving a little, not too quickly. Must be in one of those golf carts, probably. Picking up some steam now. Okay, good.
look at this.
Cool. He's headed right this way.
Okay.
Oh, Oh, he's veering off course a little now. He's slowing down. Let's see. Paul, you can zoom in on that and get some advanced audio microphone sensors, get a better idea of what he's up to there.
Okay.
It's so damn hot.
It is a warm day today.
Milk was a bad choice.
Oh. Okay, well, apparently he's stopped
Apparently he's
off.
got a scorer with him. That's cool.
Well, those Hollywood types, they travel
Yeah, you're
with
cool
big
with that.
entourage, and it is a warm day here in the valley, so apparently he stopped off at a convenience store to get something to drink. But, wait, looks like he's back on his way, Paul.
Okay.
Excellent. Oh, wonderful. Here he comes now over the hills from the Paramount Studios. Looks like he's making a beeline right for our studios. Great. Oh, wait, he's slowing down again. Okay, you know what? Zoom in, see if we can pick up what's going on there.
Probably my best tip is tip number 8. Always keep your own poop in your cell with you.
What do you mean, keep it with you?
Bags of your own poop. Collect it throughout your stay and just have it ready. Because if it goes down, I mean, there's nothing crazier than this guy stained in poop running after you.
Okay,
Tony jail story.
really sorry about this. Now it sounds like he's run into a bit of trouble during an interview with Conan. Tell you what, it looks like Ron's going to be a few more moments before he gets here. So, Paul, let's just go on with the show, and we'll check back in a little bit.
It
right?
takes a full-time internet to track Ron Burgundy.
It does,
He's
doesn't
all
it?
over
Yeah.
hell.
You would
nowadays.
think he could smell the scotch. From
I was
wherever he
hoping that
is.
would lure him in.
Yeah.
We don't need this big cell, though. Movie guys don't, right? We're going to see Anchorman, too, right?
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
Well, Adam was mentioning earlier today that
Yeah.
they didn't want to make the
I
movie.
read a good article because everybody's saying, and obviously we're kind of parodying there, is that Ron Burgundy is kind of showing up everywhere. You do need a full NORAD to track him and figure out where he's going to be next. And the reason they're doing all this diversity of promotion and kind of like radical, different type of promotion, like he just showed up, he shows up here and there, is that Paramount had and DreamWorks had no faith in the project. They didn't even want to see a script to begin with. And when Anchorman was made, Paul Rudd was who? Kind of? That guy from kind of this, kind of that.
The guy from The Office.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, exactly. Oh, like Steve Carell wasn't wasn't even 40-year-old
Who the hell is
version
Dave
yet.
Koechner?
Exactly. And
Based on the wild success of the first one, we're not too sure we should make another one.
yeah, so that's
Really?
why they're
Stupid.
that's why they're putting so much because all the promotion is pretty grassroots. I don't know if this is necessarily Paramount and DreamWorks. Or in fact, is DreamWorks even involved? They did the first
I
one.
think
but-
so, just because DreamWorks is now, part of Paramount.
Okay.
So, yeah.
But I think this is kind of maybe some of the guys at their production company getting some radical ideas and stuff to say, screw you, this movie is going to make money and it's going to be huge. So
Well, he was supposed to be on ESPN. They canceled it because of some big rape accusation of a
Ron
big
Burgundy
college
raped somebody?
football player. No.
Oh.
And they couldn't have him go
ESPN
on.
has a rape hour now for just whatever
Yeah,
rapes are
right?
going on in major sports.
They couldn't, but he couldn't go. I
could,
guess he couldn't go on
sadly.
there and goof with like a kind of heavy subject. So they
Oh, yeah.
canceled him and Champ were supposed to be, but they both showed up in the Dan Patrick Show. They popped in on some North Dakota news
Yeah.
station.
I was
Did they-
listening
Curling?
to Click. I was listening to Click and Clack, the Clappert brothers this morning, and he wasn't on it, but that would be cool if he was.
The Tappert brothers.
The Tappert brothers.
Yes.
Trying to tell everyone you just listen to that show.
I like that
I've
show.
never listened to that.
Oh,
show.
I'm a
it's
big fan of that
great.
show.
Oh,
Car
it's
Talk?
great.
Yeah, Car
Car
Talk's a
Talk?
great
They're
show.
fantastic. You can tell them what your car sounds like. You say it's going, yang, 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 da, 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 and they'll absolutely tell you what's wrong with it.
Did new guys take over that show?
No, they've just stopped and now they're just doing,
Did
replays.
Rick and Cord take over for Click and Clack?
Tap and Blow on it. Those two guys came
Yeah,
in.
exactly. All right. Well, although this is a very special edition of the movie Showcast, we should do what we're best at, and that's filling in hopeful listeners about what's new in theaters. Now, opening December 20th is Walking with Dinosaurs 3D. Karen. No social caste system is safe from having outcasts, even the goddamn dinosaurs, as Walking with Dinosaurs 3D reminds us that as cool and majestic as the giant dinosaurs may seem, most were assholes.
And this dinosaur story is about Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer of dinosaurs. Patchy, a Pachyrhinosaurus.
Slab bulkhead.
Bridge, large meat.
Punt, speed chunk.
Butch deadlift.
Who must overcome his underdog status to become the leader of a herd through the dangerous Cretaceous period.
Ooh, a Cretaceous period sounds nasty, Karen.
The filmmakers shot footage on location in Alaska and New Zealand and added the dinosaurs in with computer animation and post-production. It's kind of how a Steven Seagal film is made nowadays.
Not to mention, the film also features state-of-the-art 3D. This will be used to help audiences truly see and feel what it was like when dinosaurs ruled the earth. It will also be used to add depth to Justin Long's voice performance.
Adults should get themselves ready for an even cooler dinosaur you've never heard of. Ooh. Hey, Mom and Dad, just when you finally learned how to pronounce Velociraptor, there's a whole new toy dinosaur for you to trip over in the hallway on your way to the bathroom in the middle of the night.
True, there are tons of new dinosaurs never before mentioned until this movie, and the commercialization is a bit out of hand, as we'll be introduced to the Hootersaurus, the Googleodon, the Panda Expressceratops, and the Buffalo Wild Wings Rex. Not even trying with that one.
But the real asshole dinosaur we mentioned earlier is the predator behemoth that terrorizes Patchy and the dinosaur herd called Gorgosaurus.
Oh, now speaking of assholes, Rick Santorum is protesting this film, which features events he sure never happened. There you go.
By the way,
December 20th.
By the way, Karen, if you do find yourself having a crustaceous period, see your doctor.
If it lasts for more than 4 days.
Yeah, that was definitely my Ron Burgundy line of the script right there.
Yes.
What was that?
Yeah, whatever that was. A Cretaceous period sounds nasty, Karen.
Sounds nasty, Karen.
I was hoping it was going to be a Gorgeosaurus, and then they could cast Ryan Reynolds.
Gorgeous Georgosaurus.
It is
Ryan Gosling, the Gorgeosaurus.
That's the Dreamosaurus.
The Dreamosaurus.
Ryan Gosling, and the Gorgeosaurus.
Do you think that this is being released at Christmas because of people often say that Hollywood is anti-Christian and dinosaurs? A dinosaur movie, there's a lot of people that say that dinosaurs lived at the same time as Jesus and they walked the earth together. I don't know. It just seems suspicious to me.
That's a particular phylum of Christian, though, right? I mean, that's not most. I think most go, yeah, I think there were dinosaurs.
Well, I think we've all met enough studio executives to safely say they're not that clever to be that subversive.
The response usually is, I guess the Bible mentions an animal known as the behemoth, and they say, well, that's the dinosaur.
Oh.
See, there, that's what that is.
Interesting.
That's the one dinosaur.
Yeah, it wasn't millions of years ago, of course.
Is this based on the documentary Walking with Dinosaurs?
It's the same title, right? But
yes,
I don't even think it's the same production company.
I don't know what that is, but it's based on the live show where the giant puppets and people.
Oh,
and the
that's
live
right.
show, I almost want to give a little more kudos to, because it's one thing to make fake dinosaurs in a computer, but those puppeteers are fantastic.
Yeah.
If you can get a chance to watch some of that on the internet, it's really beautiful.
The internet has it.
The internet can give it to you.
You know what? Ask the internet.
Ask the internet. They have pictures of really fabulous puppeteers doing some great work with these dinosaurs.
Speaking of the internet, I would like to plug a perhaps future guest, someone I've asked to be on the show, Dan Telfer. I just saw the funniest clip, and I guess it's a famous clip. It kind of went viral, but I never saw it at the time, where he asked the audience who they think the best dinosaur is, and the audience fills in like 10 dinosaurs, and he has the most hilarious argument as to he knows everything about every dinosaur.
Wow.
That's cool.
And lays them down about how that's not the greatest dinosaur.
This would have been the time to have him. Shit.
Yeah, exactly.
When it comes out on DVD.
Oh, there'll be other dinosaur movies.
I don't want to do a spoiler alert,
right?
but what does he think is the greatest dinosaur?
The Ankylosaurus.
Oh, yeah,
the
badass.
The one
It's
that's like a turtle.
Gamera-like.
Yeah, it's the most Gamera-like, which is why I like it. But it can tuck its legs under and its head under, and then just take a beating.
Like Gamera.
Like Gamera. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Except it can't fly.
It doesn't have jets that come out of the pod stuff. Yeah, Ankylosaurus was where Telfer came.
I liked
down.
him too because he was spiky. I always thought that was cool.
It's an armadillo, right?
I just feel bad for like the Stegosaurus. No one says these are their favorite.
Dan has an argument of why it's not. I mean, everyone they bring up, he has an argument. It's hilarious.
You know what's kind of interesting is I think this is a guy thing. I know
and a kid thing, by the way, to go back to your atheist thing. No, this is so kids have something to go see.
Well, I know a lot. I mean, obviously, I grew up with a bunch of girls my age, and we were not as into dinosaurs as boys are. Little boys
true.
are
No, it's definitely a
dinosaur
boy
crazy.
But remember the gigantic dinosaur explosion, all the straight-to-video movies, all that sort of stuff, including the original Walking with Dinosaurs in the post-Jurassic Park era? Where's the dinosaur stuff has been gone for like 5-10 years now. I mean, this is like, there's an audience out there
now
for this
Jurassic
movie.
Park 4 is greenlit?
Yeah.
What was that sitcom? Was it simply Dinosaurs?
The Dinosaurs, I think.
The Dinosaurs.
Because they were like
So
the
funny.
Flintstones, right?
That was a Jim Henson production, wasn't it?
I think so.
Really, really funny. It's on Netflix right now.
Really?
And that show was really funny.
Or maybe it's
I
just
remember.
dinosaurs.
I think it's just dinosaurs. And it's honeymooners, but with dinosaurs.
That's just
Ridiculous.
Which is weird because they already went to that era with the Flintstones.
Right.
But now,
That
straight
show
up
was-
people for dinosaurs,
Straight up
same
people
era,
for dinosaurs.
still
a
a honeymooners.
sitcom about dinosaurs with people dressed as dinosaurs is both ahead and behind its time. There you go.
Well, speaking of dinosaurs, I think the 47
Good
Ronin
segue.
of Christmas. Ronin, they're like ancient, right? That song, God, the 47 Ronin of Christmas is still going on
Is
in
it
our
still going on?
24-hour
So you're
holiday
quick over to
music.
that?
Plug your
don't-
ears, Karen.
spoiler
Plug
alert.
them.
All right, let's tune into the Deuce again for just a second.
33 fire-breathing dragons, 32 throwing stars, 31 breaking skulls, 30...
All right, enough of that. Let's
They're on point with all those things, though.
yeah, Hey, well, let's get to what really matters.
Oh, peace on Earth.
No.
Loving one another?
No.
Spending time with the family.
Presents.
Oh,
Presents.
oh, yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
presents.
We all drew names out of a hat.
Yep.
So if you're following along at home, here's how it panned out for our big gift exchange, all right? I have a gift for Karen. Karen bought one for Lee. Lee has one for Adam, and Adam has one for me. We're going a big circle
Yes,
here.
I
So
did.
Karen, you're probably like a lot of people out there who equate Christmas with getting punched in the face repeatedly.
Yes.
Now, America
The reasons for which we won't go into.
America can enjoy that.
Every household has their own traditions.
America can enjoy that in 3 different ways. Head back to see your family for the holiday.
Yeah, yes.
Head out to see Grudge Match
Nope.
in theaters on Christmas Day, or stay home and enjoy the Rock'em Sock'em Stallone and De Niro boxing set from Mattel. Karen, that's what I got for you.
Oh, wow.
Cool. What?
Oh, this is great.
Oh, look at
There
that.
you go.
Oh, my
The-
gosh.
I want to play.
The
Wanna play you?
faces
Can I play you?
are
looks-
authentically.
Hey, yeah, let me just explain
Should
it
I
real
show
quick.
that
You'll
to
notice
the
the
Put that up to the camera there.
All right, 1 second.
yeah.
All right.
That's,
This is
wow.
It's a subtle detail.
it's like the old Rock'em Sock'em robots, except it's themed out to Grudge Match. It's a Grudge Match version of the popular
So
kids
it's
toy.
different.
It's emblazoned. You see how it's emblazoned with the faces of the
Yes.
stars of the movie, De Niro and Stallone.
And like the poster, they're much younger faces than are actually in the movie.
Yes.
Now, Stallone has spent a lot of time.
Well, those are CGI done. Yeah.
Stallone spent a lot of time reuniting with his old co-stars lately in the Expendables films, but here he reunites with Copland's De Niro because he realized he hadn't punched him in the face yet. So,
Oh, good.
do you have a family, Lee?
Not that I've met, no.
Well, the kids can enjoy hours of face punching together because the usually soaked in blood Stallone and the usually soaked in profanity De Niro have found themselves in a PG-13 film. Now, if you guys have seen the trailer, you know Stallone and De Niro are old boxing rivals who come out of retirement in their 60s to punch each other in the face for one last rematch. But I think we can find out who wins right here and now.
Ooh.
What?
All right? Lee, we're all too excited to play that. Karen, you want to take on Lee and
I
Nope.
will. I'm going to be playing
Who am I?
Stallone.
Okay.
So I don't know what
I'm
the
De Niro?
character is in the
Here we
movie,
go.
but I'm
Rock'em
Stallone.
Sock'em, De Niro and
Here we
Stallone.
go.
Go for it.
Here's Mad Dog
This'll-
and/or Glory
Oh, my
versus.
goodness. Wait a minute.
Oh,
Stallone
stop
is
or
off
his
his
mom will punch.
Oh!
Round one.
De Niro, round one.
Oh, this must have been made in China.
What are you playing
You might
clips
have
of
heard
there, Paul?
Kevin Hart clips because Kevin Hart also appears in Grudge Match. What happened?
Stallone came apart.
Not only knocked his block off, he knocked him right off of the ring.
That's all right.
Well, there you have it. I think.
Well,
through
we're
the
just doing one round then? I guess we did have a victory there.
Well, you have a knockout.
Two out of three?
no,
Oh,
no,
2
no.
out of
Oh,
3.
2 out of 3.
Boom.
For those of you listening, there is a YouTube version.
You gonna learn today.
And there's Kevin Hart. Who else is in this movie? There's somebody else co-starring.
Oh, wait a minute. It's like Rocky 2. Both the heads came up.
That's
Okay,
That's,
then this has got to
well,
be
this
the
is no
decider.
spoiler alert right there. We don't know who's going to win in the actual movie.
So this this will do it. This
Oh,
is
I'm
best
off
out of
my.
Let's just call this the victory
rocker.
match so that the audience who's just listening.
I'm
Can
being
make
too
us
hard
stop.
on the game.
Karen's off a rocker. One more. This
Go for it. One last round.
You gonna learn today. All right. You gonna learn today.
Oh, no.
Tie again.
Stallone went up first.
Okay, so that's
Stallone
3
went up.
rounds, and the first round went to De Niro. The next 2 were a
Yeah.
tie. So I think in the movie, De Niro will win. I don't want to say that we're completely prescient,
Good game.
Thank
but
you.
I think we predicted the winner of the spoiler alert. De Niro wins the fight
You're prescient.
based on our game.
Well, Paul, thanks, and I look forward to the gift you get me next year for Fudge Match when that comes out next Christmas, starring Nathan Lane and Harvey Fierstein as 2 old queens in a bitter feud, also over a purse.
You're welcome.
Well, there you go.
But Lee, I got you a little something I think you're really going to like.
Yeah.
You're excited to see American Hustle, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That's based on the ab scam scandal, right? I looked that up, but it turned out to be a lot of reading. But this is an old boy, so I really don't care how close to the original it gets.
You know, I tried to figure out what the movie's about, so I went to Nikki Fink's Deadline, and according to them, Bradley Cooper is dating a 20-year-old French girl.
Oh, well, I'll see that.
It really doesn't matter what it's about because the film already wins from the style, the era, and the performances.
And the hair.
True. Like the 70s, where it is set, American Hustle is a series of bad hair problems.
Right. I'd watch these people looking this good and bad if the film was called American Root Canal.
From what I gather, it's about a time before political officials lost their career over prostitutes and dick pics. Back before the Supreme Court legitimized bribery through campaign finance laws. This was real money in a briefcase bribery. And the FBI cared.
Oh. Now, that doesn't sound like a Christmas film.
It is when you consider that everything they get in the movie was on their Christmas list.
Oh.
Yeah, the main hustler is played by Christian Bale, and he's a real-life hustler named Irving Rosenfeld. And I got you Irving Rosenfeld's actual Christmas list from 1979.
What? Wow.
Wow, you'd think he was Jewish.
Find.
I was just saying, no jokes about the irony of Irving Rosenfeld having a
Played by
Christmas
Christian?
Rosenfeld.
Played by
Wow.
Christian? Okay.
Enjoy that
that
list.
ironic? Or
No,
is it
wait,
just
no, wait.
strange?
This is original. This is look at this. It says right here. It says, "I want a mansion. I want a pool.
Check.
An FBI informant who's on my side. Oh, apparently he had the ones that were on
Santa was
against
good
him
to
before.
him.
I'll take a private jet. A senator from Philadelphia who's on the take.
Yep.
No, wait. He wants one from Trenton, New Jersey. No, wait. Make that upstate New York. Okay, I'll take a suitcase full of cash, a Saudi prince. Ooh, look at this. 4
Play
models.
some hip hop under him getting all this.
He wants, yeah, he wants 4 models floating in my pool. Wow, this goes on. Look at on the back here too.
The best
Jeez.
part is you can give that to Santa Claus this year.
oh, sweet. I just
And-
initial it.
You just have to initial it so they knows it's for you, but you also will need to give him a satchel with $80,000 in it.
Oh, yeah.
I see.
Santa
Yes.
needs his palm greased.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, Lee.
Well, thank you,
go.
Carrie.
Sure.
Well,
Cool. I hope you get all that stuff.
I do
that would be.
too.
I don't know where I'd put it.
Well, in the mansion, probably.
yeah.
Some of it,
Yeah,
at least. Now, did you get me something? I was.
Well, Adam, I've heard you've heard of The Wolf of Wall Street, right?
Sure. A bunch of guys get rich, then they get in trouble, then they write a book about it, and really handsome people play them, proving crime does pay, and it's really cool.
Absolutely. This really is an American success story that has been replayed over and over. So stay in school, kids. But no, I got you a present that actually ties in with that particular film.
Oh, you got me a present that somehow ties into a newly released movie? Get out of here.
Absolutely.
crazy.
I even took the time to wrap it. So here,
this.
go ahead and open up that. No, I got to use that next year. So take it easy.
You're like my sister recycling the.
Fold the tape back
Yeah,
so it
no,
doesn't
yeah,
stick to the other thing.
Oh, what do we got here? Oh, yes. It's a Teen Wolf of Wall Street action figure.
Yes, check it out. It's all the exciting action of The Wolf of Wall Street, designed so kids too can enjoy the get-rich-quick schemes. Okay, and here's the cool part. By day, he's just an average stockbroker. You know, he's following the SEC regulations,
He looks,
letter
he looks
of the
up
law.
and up.
Yeah, but then when the moon comes out, here, go ahead, push the button on his back.
Okay.
The point is, ladies and gentlemen, that greed, for lack of a better word, is...
Oh,
Check it out. He becomes a hairy, defrauding Lycan agent of corruption.
Pretty
that's
cool.
awesome. But what exactly does he do?
Well, he swindles.
He swindles?
Yeah. So it says right there on the back here.
Your Teen Wolf of Wall Street action figure comes equipped with super swindling action, including vice-like swindling grip and a swindling briefcase, which can be used to store classified documents and government secrets. Oh, sweet!
Yeah.
I thought you might have to, make me buy that separately. That's great.
What am I, an asshole? Come on.
I'm going to take this baby out tonight, and we're going to get some serious swindling done.
I'm jealous.
Wow, look at this! It swindles in restaurants. It swindles in airplanes.
It even swindles in the shower because it's water resistant. And if you collect all 4 action figures, you can create your own financial monster squad.
Yeah, awesome. It says here that the Teen Wolf of Wall Street can join forces with Vampire of the Vanities, Frankenstein Glen Ross, and Wall Street Mummy Never Sleeps to be an unstoppable force in manipulating stock prices and laundering money.
Adam, I knew you'd like it.
That is
I knew
cool.
you'd like
Thanks,
it.
Lee.
Yeah,
Above and
All
beyond.
right. That is
I
great.
do what I can.
Oh, okay. Paul, yours is actually already on your phone.
What? You were on my phone?
Uh-huh. I've downloaded an app. I bought this for you. You're going to love it. It is a personal organizer, just like in the movie Her.
Her?
What's her?
Well, Paul. That's right, Paul. Ron Burgundy isn't the only porn stash in theaters, because Christmas season is also award season, and Joaquin Phoenix is all stashed up and ready to schlub in Her.
Her?
Her is set in a crazy future where people are constantly checking and talking and interacting with digital personal assistants that they take with them everywhere. Oh, wait, somebody didn't get paid to write this, did they? Anyway, Joaquin plays Schlubby Schlubberson. Wait, do I have that right? Oh, it's actually Theodore Twombly.
Oh.
So I was right.
You were right.
He's a lonely, introverted sap who needs someone in his life to connect with. His life changes, as any of ours would, with the introduction of Scarlett Johansson into it.
Hey now.
Amen, yes.
Since no technology can succeed until you want to fuck it, personal assistants take the leap into the 21st century with the voice of Scarlett Johansson, who plays Samantha, a digital assistant who organizes Schlubby's day and even carries on conversations with him and tucks him into bed. It's just like Siri, except sexier. Here's a clip.
Oh, okay.
Samantha, call mom.
Feisty.
No, call mom.
Feisty.
No, call mom.
Feisty.
No, fuck it, I'll dial it myself. Jesus.
But before you know it, she wants to know, what is this thing you call love? And he's carrying on a relationship with the one thing that knows all the numbers for wedding planners.
Oh, wow. This movie, it has the ultimate male fantasy. Scarlett Johansson's voice on Amy Adams' body.
Oh, actually, Paul, the ultimate male fantasy is Scarlett Johansson's voice on Scarlett Johansson's body.
Well, the trailer had the obligatory shot of someone running with sparklers, so I'm bound to like it. So now I have my own personal organizer on here. It's just like in the movie.
Yep, there you go. Try it out.
Okay, I'll just turn it on and see what happens.
Hello, Paul. I've at your service. What do you desire?
Ooh, sexy.
Yeah,
Yvette.
see?
All right. Sure, Yvette, what's a good restaurant for Thai food?
So you like it hot, huh? Well, looking for something to get your mouth all hot and bothered?
Mild to hot, yeah. And I bothered and I asked for my money back.
It's just down Burbank Boulevard. Should be easy for someone with your tight ass to get there. Let's see that thing.
Oh, good Lord. Now she's a little filthy, I think.
I think she likes you, Paul.
It's like in the movie, a little flirty.
Okay.
Or you can just slide me down your pants. I'll turn on the light. Give me that dick.
Jesus.
Oh,
Whoa. Hey.
I
think you got some knockoff here that's borderline sexual harassment.
All right. It's not the Scarlett Johansson model. You know, that's only sold at the Sharper Image for enough money to solve the debt crisis in Greece. But you can adjust it to one of 10 other personalities, too.
Oh, thank
so,
God. All right,
you know.
let me put on setting 2. Here we go. Let's see what we have.
Paul, are you hungry?
Oh. Yes, just looking for some Thai food.
Paul, I don't like hearing that you don't have enough food in the house. Maybe we should go to a grocery store instead. I've started a list for you with some basics that everyone should have in their house. Beef broth, minestrone, a can of green beans.
Okay, I guess that's handy, but I was thinking we could all go out for Thai, kind of like a social thing.
Oh, you shouldn't be spending your money on that. How about a nice evening inside? Who are these friends of yours? Pan me around the room.
Okay, I'm not going to do that. All right, listen, this is just too motherly.
Yeah, I guess
I
I
hope
was
there
here.
are other settings. Like,
yeah.
I'm going to go back to sexy, okay?
Please.
Give me that dick.
Oh, Jesus
Okay, you know
Christ.
what?
Okay, never mind. All right, set
Wow.
it. There's a third setting. You heard
Yeah, no, there's
All
a
right.
couple. Yeah.
Let's try that one.
You're hungry, right? Well, you should have planned ahead. I see a grocery list has been started. Why haven't you gotten the groceries? I'm adding it to your calendar. I see that you have some other events on here. I'm moving them all to today, so let's just knock this out. I'm checking your GPS for the most efficient route to pay your cable bill, shoot tonight's event at City Walk, get that meeting in with Steve, also get that haircut in, and watch an episode of Breaking Bad. But we've got to move like we've got a purpose. We have no time for Ty.
Okay, that is some scheduler. Like
Yeah.
I kind of type A, not
yeah.
really what I'm going for either. I need things to be a little more as I schedule them. Let's try another
Yeah,
setting.
try another one.
Let's see what we got.
No problem, buddy. In fact, I deleted everything for the rest of the week. Let's just hang out. To better help, I've made a notation on the GPS location of your robe and your weed. Ooh. Oh, and I've placed brush teeth on the to-do list with no definite date attached.
I kind of like that. I
Yeah.
gotta-
Sounds like the dude.
It is laid back.
But that could also be dangerous.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's go on and try another setting.
Do me now.
Okay,
Sexy
wow.
voice?
Yeah.
Setting
Shit,
one again.
setting
Yeah, it's an accident you keep going to that, right,
Yeah,
Paul?
I
Did you buy the optional lifelike vagina? Plug it into my USB hole.
God, no, I didn't. Did I? You didn't get me that, did you?
Paul, if you did, just be sure to adjust the rotating cockhole adapter. There are like 10 settings: black, Asian, white guy. So.
I didn't.
Stick it in.
Okay, enough of you. Jesus. All right, listen, I already live with 2 personalities in my house, or 3 to 5 if you count all of my dog, Dr. Marvin's personalities. All right, maybe I don't need a personal organizer with an extra one, okay?
Oh, don't be so quick there now, Paul. Because setting 5 is Grace from Ferris Bueller's Day Off, everyone's favorite secretarial assistant.
Okay.
Did you need any help there, Paul? Or should I be over here minding my own beeswax?
Oh, I like that. Thank you, Grace. I'll be fine.
Oh, Paul, you sounded like Dirty Harry just then.
Oh, that's great. All right, I think I found my setting.
That's the perfect assistant,
The
right?
one I'm going to go with.
The
I'm gonna
ideal
lock
movie
that one
assistant.
in.
I mean, if you have to, you can jerk off to it, but, it's not going to be your go-to.
Well, thanks, Adam.
Yeah, that was pretty
Appreciate
clever.
that.
How'd you get in his phone? Do you know his password or something?
Yeah, it's Raiders. Everything's Raiders.
Oh, that's true. All right, well, all the gifts are great, but let's go to Lee one more time before we take a quick break.
Yes, time now to check in with Anchor Tracks 5000 to see where Ron Burgundy is as he makes his way to visit us here at the Admirals Club. As we mentioned earlier, Anchor Tracks 5000 is a special movie promotion tracking technology we have installed here at the studios, which allows us to track the promotion of holiday movies. Now, as with all technology, it's always evolving. First introduced was Working Girl Radar, if you remember that from 94, I think, 92.
That was 88.
88, yeah. Well, then advancing on to the Doppler technology with Doubtfire Doppler. That was 94.
That was 92.
Yeah, but even before that...
I think it was 93. Actually, we split the difference.
But even before that, there was Kindergarten Coppler.
Which came out some time ago.
Some time ago. Last century, I know that much.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you've got Maildar. So let's see where Anchorman 2 is right now. Okay, well, this isn't good. Looks like he's all the way in Detroit now, which... even without looking at a map, I know that's actually further away than where he was before.
I know.
So,
Yeah.
It's a hell of a right he took.
yeah, Paul, zoom in. Let's see if we can get a read on what's going on down there.
Okay, let's give that a shot.
On my right is the new Dodge Durango with up to 360 horsepower. On my left,
Crap.
He is on
is
some
one
press
horse
junket.
with 1 horsepower.
Is he taping
That
a
makes you feel
commercial?
pretty dumb.
I guess sounds that way.
Okay. Well, all we can do is sit tight and hope he makes a U-turn and finds his way back to us here shortly. So, Paul, let's just go on with the show here. Sorry about that.
All right. Well, no need to check in with the Holiday Channel. We're going to have some live music here in the studio with the Boobé sisters when we return. Here
Great
we
Vegas
go.
act.
Santa baby, just slip a sable under the tree for me.
And we are back.
Before we go too far, can I just say 2 things about this particular song?
Yes. Sure.
First of all, that's Eartha Kitt.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Which is the sexiest voice you'll ever listen to. But if you listen to those words, it gets a little ridiculous. She wants like a yacht and then the deed of a house and then like a satellite.
She's a greedy materialist.
But they're not even like realistic things.
Oh, to you, maybe.
Right?
I'm slowly gathering that no Christmas song makes any sense.
You think she's asking unrealistic things of Santa Claus?
Well, you brought it into focus, Paul. Okay, carry on.
All right, well, let's turn this thing to a party. What do you say? Now, there's no
Absolutely.
better way to do that than with some caroling. Am I right?
Ooh, yeah.
Now, we're lucky to
Yeah.
have the 1960s doo-wop group, the Boobé sisters, here with us
classics.
to usher in the season with song. Faye, Renee, and Kay Boobé are sisters from different mothers who sing some of the greatest music of all time. But we've no time to focus on the greatest music of all time.
No.
Instead, we switch to Justin Bieber, who has a new documentary out reminding us of his struggle of having the world cater to your every whim and how hard it is to have the consequences happen for your stupid decisions.
Sucks to be him.
It's called Justin Bieber Believe. Ladies, take it away.
Justin the Bieber is a jolly, happy soul with a flop mop top and a button nose and 2 eyes devoid of soul. Justin the Bieber is a fairy tale, they say. His music really blows, but believers know how he came to life one day. There must have been some magic in that YouTube clip they found. For when they placed it on the web, he began to gain some ground. Oh, Justin the Bieber is all over the TV. Now a movie screen that is just obscene, slowly killing you and me. Justin the Bieber. Justin the Bieber.
Wow.
Boobé, I say.
Officially a special now,
I
right?
may call him Justin the Bieber from here on
Oh,
out.
absolutely.
Makes you want to define what a Bieber is. I mean, I got some ideas.
Justin
based on
Bieber.
it.
When he first came out, I kept hearing his name on the radio, and I swear I thought it was Justin Bieber. And I thought, this is the stupidest name.
why not?
And then I learned it was Justin Bieber, and I said, this is the stupidest name.
That's true. I mean, like with Anchorman, I think I put to the table, we're all going to see that.
Absolutely.
None of us are going to see this,
Absolutely.
right? No one's going to see Justin.
No.
Not unless I'm
Believe.
taken hostage and against my will.
Yeah, it's funny. They didn't want to make an Anchorman sequel because who's going to go see that? But they would make a Justin Bieber sequel because they know people are going to go see that. That is crazy. That is such a justifiable demographic, evidently, and Anchorman's isn't. I don't know.
Yeah, yet you stop anybody in the street, they've heard of Anchorman. They haven't heard of Justin Bieber, Never Say Never. They might know Justin Bieber, but they don't know the movie.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Stay out of our movies, douchebag. All right.
By the
Next
way,
up, yes?
Did you hear about on Anchorman that they that McKay is going to put out an entire movie with alternate takes?
You were telling me about that. Are they going to do that?
It's so improvisational that there is an alternate joke for every single joke in the movie. And he said he actually would like to release an entire movie a second time with the same jokes but different words. The bad news is that Grown Ups 2 has already beaten him to it.
I hope that is actually a Blu-ray
I know.
extra.
How great would that be?
See, that's why...
No other movie ever can do that.
That's why there should still be... that's a whole other conversation to go on about the loss of extras thanks to digital download.
Oh, I know.
You know what I mean?
Right?
Like, but Blu-ray, you could have 4 different versions of Anchorman with different jokes than every one. That'd be hilarious. That'd be great. I would watch that.
Yeah.
And now you won't get that on
Yeah, they did
iTunes.
the Wake Up Ron Burgundy for the first one, which was a second movie with a lot of alternate takes, but this would be the exact same movie. Anyway.
I believe it with that the cast they got. But next up, in the wake of Anchorman 2 and her, Mustache Month Mustache Month continues with Saving Mr. Banks.
You have some time left, Mr. Banks. Live it well.
No, Lee, it's not a sequel to Joe versus the Volcano.
Oh, wow. I got all excited there for a second.
But the tale of the rough road to making the popular Disney film Mary Poppins, the popular Poppins, in which Tom Hanks plays Walt Disney and Emma Thompson plays British again.
Oh, she's very good at that.
Disney brings P.L. Travers, the author of Mary Poppins, to Los Angeles so that he can convince her to let them adapt her book. She's a real pain because she fears that Walt Disney will turn her book about a woman who can fly with an umbrella and have tea parties with the Banks children on the ceiling into something not grounded in reality. So she remains on hand to bitch about every aspect of production, from catering to the musical numbers composed by the Sherman Brothers, making sure that the memory of Mr. Banks' character was held in sober regard, with songs like Chim Chim Cherie and Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Will Walt Disney be able to make Mary Poppins and release it to the worldwide acclaim it will get in 1964? Will Walt Disney die of lung cancer on December 15th, 1966? Will we land a man on the moon by 1969? Guess we'll have to see the movie to find out. But in the meantime, the Boobé sisters are here to sing about it. Ladies...
Oscar calls, are you listening? Emma Thompson is petitioning. Plays a pain in the ass, we give her a pass. Saving Mr. Banks in Disneyland. Tom Hanks is Walt Disney. He's a fan of Chim Chimmery. With Walt there's no stopping, gotta have Mary Poppins. Saving Mr. Banks in Disneyland. In the meantime, let's forget Walt's hatred. For anti-Semitic behavior, he's renowned. He'll say, are you Jewish? We'll say, no, man. Cause if you are, you won't work in his town. Hanks is hot, he's on fire. Authored Oscar to acquire. If this doesn't stick, there's always Captain Phillips. Saving Mr. Banks in Disneyland.
All right. Man. Sonny Bono, Sonny and Cher, eat your heart out.
Eat your hair off.
Eat your hair off.
Well, they mentioned the harsh words about Disney's anti-Semitism. That's nothing I knew about. I knew the mustache thing. Mm-hmm. Like, people in the park who work in the park can't have mustaches. This overturned very recently. But he had one, because then he was the only one. That's what I heard.
Much like Hitler only liked blonde people. That dark-haired guy.
A bold comparison.
Well, we're comparing everyone to Hitler now, right?
Yeah,
that's the end thing, right?
Anti-Semitism, so he made a very smart comparison.
No, I mean, it's funny when you mention a historical figure. They say that about Ford, too, and, like there was anti-Semitic and other stuff, but it's like, it was the 30s. I don't know. I mean... I don't know. It's like it was so standard, wasn't it?
I suppose we're probably doing
I guess
something
that
right
doesn't let you
now
off, but-
that in a couple of years, in 10 years, 15 years, are going to look back and go, oh
Yeah.
my gosh, why did they
Right?
do that thing, whatever it is.
Yeah. We'll find out what that is later. Then we'll be the old people still doing it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how we do
whatever
things.
we're saying right now will be the new colored. You
know
can't
what?
say that.
You can't say hipster. That's going to be the thing.
Yeah.
How dare you
Doofus.
call...
How'd you call him a doofus?
Yeah.
We can't talk about black, Asian, and white guy cockholes. That's what we did back then. We went on podcasts and we talked about
humping laptops.
humping laptops with anyway. So I'm excited to see this movie.
We did
because
see this
I already
movie.
did. Yeah.
What?
Well, it's another Tom
What did
Hanks.
you see?
And I just recently saw Captain Phillips.
Yeah, this is a
So,
180.
yeah, so I'm actually anxious to see this movie based on the fact that it's such a turn of about face from.
It's
Captain
cool that
Phillips.
he's playing
He's done
Disney
it again, though. You know?
Oh, he's yeah. I mean, you don't
such
worry.
a
he's
Disney
not-
figure himself. Everybody loves him, right?
Yeah.
I think so. I think he's a.
I mean, think about the year 05, maybe it was, when Road to Perdition and Catch Me If You Can came out in the same year. I mean, two wildly different parts, and same with Captain Phillips and Save Mr. Banks.
Yeah.
Just Hanks, when he's on, and he's been off for a while, with your Larry Crowns and your Cloud Atlases and all that, but he's back real sharp this year.
One of the fun things about living in Los Angeles, and for movie geeks especially like us, is one night I was coming home and I was passing Hollywood Boulevard, and it was lined with cars from the 40s or whenever this takes place. I think it's the 40s. And they had done up the Whole Man's Chinese Theater for the premiere of the movie, and it was just completely done up. It was a whole fantasy land. As soon as you walked on Hollywood Boulevard, it was like you were in 1944, and you couldn't deny that you were until you finished the street. But the one thing I'll say for CGI and stuff like that, those old cars were broken down like crazy. Like half the side was cars leaking stuff and people working on them. And those cars don't idle for a long time well, and they all had to idle and back up and then like move forward and stuff. And you're just like, yeah, I see why people would just CGI one of these stupid cars.
I learned that on the second Pirates of the Caribbean movie, and I remember back in the 80s with The Abyss, and then in the early 90s with Terminator, Terminator 2, that they could create CGI characters, and obviously they've done that now ad nauseum with Gollum and whatnot. But it was at Pirates of the Caribbean 2 I realized how much set dressing is done with CGI.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 10 years old now, but that was the first time I went to a Q&A and they were showing, here's the shot before, and we just put a mountain in there. Oh yeah, and we dressed up this bridge with all sorts of plant life and bones and rickety stuff to make it look like the cannibals were living there, and it was amazing. Like suddenly they had a set where they just had a lot.
Yeah,
before,
and you know what kind of hassle that is? You don't have to cart all that stuff to the jungle. You don't have to, you don't have to do any of that. Just pain in the ass stuff that adds days and days and days to your shoots.
Yeah, if you're doing it right, you can't tell.
I want to go on record as saying Tom Hanks was not what was wrong with Cloud Atlas. Just saying.
I bet.
Oh, yeah.
No, I know.
That's
that's a bit of a cloggy film.
Oh, man. That thing
That's not really a Tom Hanks film.
No.
Thomas Crown Affair. That's on him.
Larry Crown.
Or Larry Crown.
Larry
The
Crown Affair.
That's on him.
That's where the guy on the motorbike steals jewels, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And hides him in Julia Roberts' house.
Yeah.
There was something kind of cool that happened in Saving Mr. Banks. We had worked with this girl, Melanie Moore, at the time. Now her name's Melanie Paxson, I believe. We did Tony and Tina's with her back in Chicago, and I was very proud and excited to see her right up there with Tom Hanks. She plays the secretary, and she's in a ton of the scenes with all of the big stars. It's pretty cool.
That is actually a very fun thing to do. Next to actually being in a movie yourself, is seeing somebody you know and like in a movie with somebody very. Speaking of Tom Hanks, I have a great Tom Hanks friend story. I saw my neighbor's boobs in a movie. We lived in this building in Beverly Hills, and there was a dancer. I won't use her name, but she was a dancer with the Pussycat Dolls, and she was just fabulously gorgeous. And she, I just ran into her at the laundry station or whatever, But my girlfriend and I at the time, we went and saw the movie where he's a senator,
Charlie
Wilson's War, and the movie opens up with Tom Hanks in a hot tub with my naked neighbor. I'm like, this is going to be the best time when I run into her at the laundry again. This is the greatest.
Now, you never said anything.
No. No. But my girlfriend and I were like, oh my God, that's, we're going to see her tomorrow.
Boobies.
Oh, she was fabulous looking.
That's magical.
Yeah, that's another perk of living in Hollywood.
Yeah.
In Ohio, I never saw my neighbor's boobs
ever
in a movie.
And not in a movie.
Not in a movie. On YouTube all the time.
Yeah. All right, let's go one last time here to the Deuce. See if they're done playing that song to see.
What song were
Spoiler
they
alert.
playing?
Well,
The 47
I think
Ronin
you're
of
okay
Christmas.
at this point, Karen.
Holy
think
shit!
so? All right,
No, the
okay, I'll
scroll
listen.
still says they're still playing the 47
Oh.
Ronin of Christmas. Let's listen in one more time.
19 flaming swords, 18 armor-piercing arrows, 17 samurai bleeding from their eye sockets.
Oh my good lord! All right,
Turn over to Holly on Sirius. It's got a lot more variety.
All right, listen, I'll keep checking in to hear my favorite carol. Yeah, I'll tell you my favorite version of my favorite carol, because I'm not hearing it, but I'm going to demand it. I have a copy of it here I want to play. That being Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Oh,
great
big-
song, right?
everyone
But
loves that one.
there's no
Burl
version
Ives?
of that song dearer
Oh.
to America's heart than when it's sung by Hiroyuki Sanada,
Oh.
star of 47 Ronin.
Absolutely.
Last Samurai.
Big.
The Wolverine.
No, it's big in our house,
Wolverine,
too. Yeah.
Let's fill our
He's
hearts
got a-
with Christmas cheer with Rudolph the Ronin Reindeer. Here we go.
You know Kira Yoshinaka and Asano Naganori, Shogun Tsunoyoshi, and Oishi Kuranosuke Yoshio. But do you recall the most famous Ronin of all? Rudolph the Ronin Reindeer had no master or lord. And if you ever saw him, you would say he suffered great shame in the shadow of the feudal lords. All of the other samurai committed harikari upon the loss of their masters. They never let poor Rudolph take up another trade because of a rigid class system in Japan. Then one during the Meiji period, Rudolph and 47 Ronin set out to seek revenge on the warlord who killed their master. They recognized him by the scar they had left on him at their previous battle and cut his head off with a dagger. They kept his head as a prize of their accomplishment. Then everyone from the time of Genroku praised the accomplishments of the Ronin as they made their way to the Sengaki-ji Temple. However, exacting revenge in such a fashion was looked down upon by the shogunate officials, and the following year the Ronin all committed seppuku and took their lives in ritualistic fashion. And they went down in history.
That is my favorite version of that.
That is a good version.
You know what? It isn't Christmas
Thank you
until
for playing that.
at the Caius household we hold hands around the Christmas tree and
listen
sing that.
Hiroyuki Sanada.
Yes.
I usually put that on when I put up the Christmas tree and decorate it.
It's you cannot be in the mood after hearing. As soon as you hear that song, you're in the mood. You
But
can't
honestly,
help it. Boom.
what a singer, right?
He
the
makes
voice.
it his own.
It's a recognizable voice.
He's like Rex Harrison, but in Japan.
No, he's just like Rex Harrison
Says
in Japan.
Rex
Hey, we have another big in-studio guest. Ron
Oh.
Burgundy is not here yet, but we have an
But we're
in-studio
ready.
guest, and we're going to talk about more films right after this.
Have yourself
Oh, merry little Christmas!
Christmas. Let your heart
Be honorable!
Jesus.
I can't stop.
from now on, our troubles will be out of sight.
Well, we here at the Movie Guys, it's we goof. You know, it's one of our things. But quite often, the reason for the season can get lost in our goofery. So we wanted to make sure we didn't exclude entirely the Christian perspective on holiday movies. With that, please welcome to talk about the religious themes that are apparently overwhelming in the new Jason Reitman film Labor Day, the Reverend David O. Beach. Everybody.
Hey, Reverend.
Hello, Reverend.
Hello, and God bless you.
Oh, thank you, Pastor.
Please, as you said, call me Reverend.
All right. Reverend, let's take a look at Labor Day. It's a new film from Jason Reitman, who's had a great streak of success with comedies, and this looks like a drama.
Well, it's heavy stuff. I mean, the birth of our Savior and all.
Reverend.
It's about the coming of Christ to wash away the sins of mankind.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, IMDb has it listed differently. A depressed single mom takes an escaped convict into her home And while held hostage, they develop a level of trust.
That's the exterior storyline, but there is a deeper meaning. I mean, that's like saying Zookeeper is about a fat guy talking to animals and getting relationship advice, when we really know the deeper meaning is about Noah's Ark and God granting us safety in the wake of the end of the world.
I knew that movie had something to do with the end of the world.
Absolutely.
All right, Reverend, I still don't see the correlation between this Kate Winslet, Josh Brolin romance and the tale of Christ's birth.
Well, Paul, what time of the year does the movie take place?
Labor Day weekend, while Winslet's son is home from school.
Wrong. Christmas.
Christmas.
Right. That's when Mary went into labor. They're giving you hints as to what this is about right there in the title.
Right. What?
Look, Hollywood isn't about to start greenlighting Christian-themed films. Only Rick Santorum is doing that, and he's not even a real guy. He's a character.
Wait, Rick Santorum is not a real guy? What do you mean?
I think I've said too much. All I have to tell you is that you have Sacha Baron Cohen, we have Roger Gladstone.
Wait, I'm sorry, Reverend. I got to ask. You just said that they're not greenlighting Christian-themed films.
Yeah.
But didn't The Passion of the Christ make like $200 million? So, you know.
No, Mel Gibson financed that himself. He just wanted to see a Jew getting nailed to the cross. Look, all I'm saying is you can't make a film like Labor Day while wearing the Christian message on your sleeve. You've got to layer it in there so atheist filmgoers, which have to make up about 90% of filmgoers, aren't turned off by the message of hope and peace.
Well, Reverend, you're blowing our minds a little bit here, I got to admit.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
something.
I'm actually a little surprised to hear that, because if you just pay attention, I mean, look at the character of Frank Chambers, embodied by Josh Brolin. Okay. I mean, the mere embodiment of Jesus in human form is so Bible.
Who says he's Jesus?
Please. Tall, long, flowing locks, facial hair, bulging pecs, huge biceps. That man is all Jesus. And soon, like the Roman soldiers, the police start coming for him.
Wow, a lot seems to happen in the 3 days of the story.
Well, look, here's a guy who died and came back to life in 3 days. You're on the wrong side of history if you underestimate what he's capable of.
All right, well, do you think this material is in good hands with director Jason Reitman, son of Ghostbusters director Ivan Reitman?
Unto us a child is born, and he shall be seated to the right hand of the Father. Know what I mean? Plus, Jason and I were roommates at Skidmore College.
Was this before seminary?
Before what?
Seminary, when you studied religion and became a priest.
Oh, yeah, I did that. That's something I did.
Paul, I wasn't really buying what he was up to, so I looked him up on my computer here on my phone. Turns out that David O. Beach is a marketing executive at Paramount Pictures.
Oh,
Hey, this is just
douchebag.
Come on,
Look,
man.
look,
That's
look,
a
look.
little.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Desperate times call for desperate measures. Reitman hit his peak with Juno, but that was about 6 years ago. I mean, Young Adult only made $16 million. Now he puts out a snark-free drama. I mean, we've got to get people into theater, and I know that Bible types come out in droves when prompted.
Yeah, desperate indeed. I think I speak for all of us when I say we're just kind of disgusted at your behavior. What do you have to say for yourself?
Labor Day opens December 27th and goes into wide release at a theater on January 31st.
Hey, you know what, Reverend?
Just go. Get out of here. Hit the bricks. Pastor.
Did you just defrock a
I
priest?
defrocked the priest. I literally pulled his frock off.
That was a clip-on
Frock that
collar.
guy.
He had a clip-on.
Frock that guy.
Jesus.
Wow.
Jesus Christ already with that guy.
Hey, I don't know. I think that's smart marketing. but then I think everything's a
charlatan.
fake.
Wait till he finds out the garage door is closed.
He's got to stand over there and watch us for the next half hour.
Yeah.
That's
How
the smartest
uncomfortable.
marketing since Disney faked that movie that was shot fake in their
Escape from
park.
Tomorrow,
You mean the
which I
moon
still haven't
landing?
seen.
The moon
That's
landing, yes.
Disney faked
That's
the
all
moon
Disney.
landing?
Disney and Kubrick. They finally did their... All right, listen, enough of these hack guests. Well, I'll be better off when Ron Burgundy arrives, right? We're
Yes.
still waiting on him. So how's that
Burgundy
coming, Lee?
tracker?
Well, let's one last check here with the Anchor Tracks 5000. Hopefully, Ron Burgundy is done taping the commercial, done with his interview with Conan O'Brien, and has had enough milk to drink, so he can finally start making his way to our studios. Paul, let's see here. Let's pull up the old.
All right.
Okay. Oh, okay. Great. Apparently, he's left Detroit and is now in Connecticut. All right. What the hell is he doing all the way over on the other side of the country? Paul, can you tune that in? Let's get a listen here.
Yeah, let's have a listen.
There were some things going on in sports today that will make your brain fall out of your skull. We go next to Wrigley Field, where the Astros and the Cubs got together and had a crazy idea. Let's play 2 games in one day. something that had never been done before in the history of baseball.
Oh, I see.
Oh, okay. Good. Now he's apparently auditioning for ESPN. Well, you know
Lord.
what? Sorry, folks. Looks like Ron Burgundy won't be making it to us in time for the Christmas show. So, yeah, apparently he's too busy blanketing the country with a promotional warm front that is dumping parody and hilarity on the entire U.S. Thanks a lot, global warming. You know what, Paul? That does it. Just give me that scotch and these cookies. These are going home with me. Screw this guy.
All right. Well, there you have it.
You're an awful man. You are truly a disappointment with all the Burgundy.
Take a nip of that.
That's depressing. But we still have other guests who will join us right after this. Pass the scotch around. What do you say? All right. Well, we're all in for more dessert than just cookies and scotch, as I hear our faithful board-op Jaimie, everybody, has made a tasty treat.
No, who's opping the board?
Yeah, well, the board is opping itself.
Oh, my God.
Welcome to this side of magic.
Could get insane.
And Jaimie wants to share the recipe with our listeners for this fancy new and tasty treat she has. Because what are the holidays without goodies, right?
Sure.
This is a great time of year to get into the kitchen and whip up something the whole family can nosh on. So, Jaimie, everybody, how you feeling?
I'm outstanding, Paul. Christmas time just isn't Christmas time in Hollywood until the studios start making their Oscar pie.
Oscar pie. Every year with the Oscar pie.
I know, and nobody has a better recipe than the Weinstein Company.
Oh my Lord! Their Mango Unchained last year was incredible.
Right?
Yeah.
No. This year's a sure thing because they're cheating a little bit. They've taken a recipe that's already been published and won awards with. They're just adding their own spin to it.
Oh, see, I've definitely heard of this year's Weinstein Company Oscar pie. August, Osage County, right?
Well, it starts there. That's your crust. Firm, not flaky.
No.
I mean, this is a Pulitzer Prize-winning crust. But like I said, where previous versions of the recipe had ingredients like Deanna Dunnigan and Amy Morton, the Weinsteins had Meryl Streep and Julia Roberts, which Karen likes.
So from what I've heard, this is due to world-class executive chef George Clooney, who is overseeing the whole recipe.
That is true, Paul. This thing is bathed in gold, with 9 Culinary Academy Awards attributed to some of the pie makers.
All right, let's dole it out here.
Wow.
Go ahead.
Yeah, dig in.
Why don't we?
We got some.
I worked
scooting
really hard
around
on
here.
it. So
Thank you.
I hope you like it.
I'm excited to
let me
taste
tell
the-
you, I'm glad you're excited. Let me tell you a little bit about what you're going to taste, because it's way different than the flavors you would get in a Quentin Tarantino cake or a Spike Lee Claire. These are prestige ingredients that rely on nuance, not in-your-face spices.
Oh, I see.
So what you're probably going to taste is Oklahoma. It's hot. A matriarch has a drug problem due to her mouth cancer drugs when her husband passes away, and the whole family gathers for the funeral.
Are you guys
Best
tasting
tasting thing you've ever tasted.
You know, now that she puts a name to it, that's what I'm tasting.
It's here that years-old issues start to come to the surface.
Oh,
so you're
I
gonna
see.
get those flavors.
That's probably where the real flavor is, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
So what do you guys taste?
Hold on a second. Let me get a.
Is that the first?
Well, no, it looks like everyone's enjoying it.
Are you tasting a
Yeah,
little
take a
something
taste.
there, Lee?
Tastes a little Mulroney. Is that what I get there?
Yeah, I know what that tastes like. It's in there. It's in a supporting role.
Okay.
What else?
I'm sensing a little Breslin.
Not so little anymore. The Abigail Breslin added here is a Breslin aged to perfection.
Oh, yeah.
But no doubt the overall flavor here is Robert C. with a little streep texture throughout. Those two flavors battle out the whole recipe. And if you're cooking for a large party and need to invite people outside your general circle to this, it's easy to make a cumberbatch of Oscar pie, which will draw in extra people to the table.
I think you're right.
Oh, a cumberbatch is like a lot of food, right? Like you can pretty much feed everybody a cumberbatch and they'll be happy.
Delirious, Paul. They'll be thrilled. A cumberbatch of Oscar pie is ideal and very sexy.
You know, this makes a lot of sense because I hear you get these ingredients together and you just heat things up and all hell breaks loose. And that's what this tastes like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, who wants to be in Oklahoma when it's 90 degrees?
Right? Exactly.
They don't. Now, you guys have actually seen August Osage County, right?
No, it is a big heaping spoonful of Oscar pie, no question
Absolutely.
about that. Cooper's got an Oscar. Streep's got 3. Roberts has 1. Clooney's got a pair. Grant Heslov has a pair. Weinstein's got 1.
Benedict?
Benedict doesn't have an Oscar.
Not yet,
No.
but...
And Zoe Saldana.
Because after...
You know what else you can taste is the. You can really taste the sitting around and talking.
Oh, no.
That really comes through.
There's a little sitting around and talking, and then there's a lot of knocking each other on the floor and grabbing each other.
Hold on a second. Let me see if there's some grabbing in here.
There's some grabbing in there.
I'd love to taste some grabbing. Hold on.
Take a forkful.
Some gravitas.
You know what it is? That's more the aftertaste.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It comes on with a lot of sitting and talking, and then the knocking around and grabbing really hits you.
But you'll notice, and I think this is done specifically, there's no whatsoever flavor of chasing Nazis.
No,
right?
oh, that's right.
There's no
I don't taste
terrorist.
slaves in there.
There's none
And
of that.
everyone is very well read, and they are not slow learners.
You know what? Almost every Christmas Oscar pie I've ever had has had car chase in it. There is no car chase in this.
Nope.
This is amazing.
No, and it's still good. That's the amazing part.
That's what I'm saying. Nobody's playing slow. It's interesting.
I don't taste anybody singing in France.
Nope.
Or Paris.
You know
or
what this
England
pie
or
is?
wherever
This
else
pie
they
is what it
usually
is
sing
not.
at Christmas.
It's very American.
And most Oscar pies have some mental retardation to them,
That's
right?
what I was saying.
Or at least a racial issue or AIDS.
Nothing. No.
You cannot taste any AIDS in this pie.
I'm so happy
Oh my god.
that there's no AIDS in the pie, Jaimie, because if you brought a pie in here with AIDS in it,
And I've been eating it.
Well,
yeah.
Well, it would win.
Mouth cancer and AIDS can taste somewhat similar. So
But Jaimie-
just be
that's a good
careful that you
point.
can really...
but Jaimie, I do taste a little Juliette Lewis. Is that true?
Absolutely. Absolutely. How can you not taste a little of her? When she comes in, it's like that
I'd
little extra
recognize it.
spice.
I haven't
Plus, I
tasted
saw her
her.
at Trader Joe's a couple nights ago.
I haven't tasted her in
Oh, yeah?
like 20 years.
I'd flip out if I saw
When
her.
I had a big plate of natural born cookies, I think that's the last time I tasted her. Jaimie, slowly tell us where we can get the recipe.
Absolutely. You can get the whole recipe along with many others on imdb.com. Just search for August, Osage County, and all the ingredients for Oscar pie will come right up.
Ooh, that's great. I'm
Weinstein's
glad you
name at the
didn't.
top.
I'm glad you didn't come in here in October, or we might have eaten sausage Osage. I'd much rather have this
Sounds good,
sweet
too.
AIDS-free pie that we're enjoying right now.
With just a hint of Juliet.
All right, we'll give it up for Jaimie, everybody. That's
Wonderful.
What a delicious appearance.
Hopefully the board opt accordingly while you were gone, and we could hear all of this.
I hope so.
Right. We'll be back in just a few more minutes of music here with more guests and holiday fun. Keep listening.
Happy holidays.
All right, let's dive into our next segment. It's a little something called Storytime with Stephen Lewis. Give him a big round of applause. Stephen Lewis, everybody.
Story time!
Hey, thank you.
I love stories.
Merry Christmas,
Well, story
Steve.
time. Thanks. Christmas time's a great time for stories, and I'm actually here to promote a little show that I'm doing.
No.
and it's-
Steve's going to read for us a Christmas classic, The Secret Life of Walter Mitty.
Yay!
All right.
Wait a minute. The Walter Mitty's not a Christmas classic.
Okay, well, neither is Fred Claus. Didn't stop my parents from buying it on Blu-ray. Stephen Lewis, everybody.
Yay! All right. Christmas story.
All right, here we go.
Yay.
Come on, Steve. You're so good at this.
There once was a man named Walter Mitty, and he imagined himself in all sorts of exciting and exotic situations. The end.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it. You see, kids, Walter Mitty is actually a 3-page short story from the 1930s, not some kind of major Hollywood epic.
But of course it is. No, it's got to be.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, what kinds of things did Walter imagine?
Well, first he imagined himself as a 1947 musical starring Danny Kaye. And then he imagined himself as a 20-year in development remake project that no one could get seriously behind. And then finally, he imagined himself as Ben Stiller. Because who wouldn't want to be Ben Stiller?
Apparently Walter Mitty, because he keeps imagining himself as all sorts of other people, right?
Yeah, well, that's a metaphor.
Metaphor for what?
Christmas.
How is that a metaphor for Christmas?
Hanukkah?
Do you even know what you're talking about?
All right, look, there's really not a whole lot to work with here in this story. Look, I'll put it to you guys. You know, what exactly would you want to see in a story about a guy with an overactive imagination and endless access to CGI?
You know what?
Yeah?
Actually, this could be really great because he could go into some alternate universe and fight dragons and maybe sea creatures.
No, he can't do that.
What?
But he can jump into a burning building and save a puppy.
Oh, I like that.
Oh, how about can he blast into outer space and shoot up aliens?
Oh.
Sweet.
No. But he can jump off a moving helicopter into the Atlantic Ocean. So there's something right
Can
there.
he fly, or maybe can he have super speed?
He can skateboard through the Himalayas. Huh?
Well, can he at least be some kind of like super stud like James Bond and get all sorts of gorgeous babes and supermodels?
Yeah.
He can make Kristen Wiig fall in love with him.
I could do that.
That sounds hard.
You know, this doesn't really sound all that exciting.
Well, you see, Paul, that's because in this story, it's not about the fantasies that he has. This story is all about life.
You mean a life as it's actually lived, the everyday pleasures we take for granted and don't learn to appreciate until it's too late.
Now I get it. I get it. Yep.
That's smart.
Yep.
No, I mean Life magazine.
Huh? What?
Yeah. See, Walter works for Life magazine. And they're putting out the final issue, and he has to find the missing photo negative for the picture that's going to go on the cover.
Really? That's the plot? That sounds kind of lame.
Sounds like a job.
I'm betting about now you guys are wishing I stuck with the 3-page version of the story, huh?
Yeah, that would have
Yeah,
been
you could just read that straight through and that'd been a lot better.
Well, you know, maybe Hollywood will too. But I'll tell you this. There is one heartwarming seasonal aspect to this whole thing.
Yeah?
You know the guy who takes the picture that goes on the cover? He's played by Sean Penn. So, he used to punch photographers. Now he's portraying one. That is a true Christmas miracle.
All right, get the hell out of here. Stephen Lewis, everybody. The Secret Life of Walter Mitty.
I guess.
Go say it.
A little more well misinformed.
You elaborated nothing on what Steve...
My goodness, that was very
We barely
imaginative.
heard a story with that.
Yeah.
But I think
Steve's fallen off a little bit.
I think I know at least now.
Maybe
that,
the studios have.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
The
that's,
man only had 3 pages to work with.
Yeah, on second thought, that was brilliant.
well, that wraps another movie showcast. Together we are the Movie Guys. Individually we are
Santa Claus.
Follow us on Twitter at The Movie Guys, on Facebook at facebook.com/The Movie Guys, as well as on YouTube. Oh, iTunes and SoundCloud. Oh, and there's The Hustle, ladies and gentlemen. Was that from the movie The American Hustle?
Well, I certainly hope so.
Who was the lyricist on this song?
We'll find out.
They want me to see it, don't they?
Thanks to Stephen Lewis, Jaimie Clark-Yelvington, and the Boobé sisters.
Yay,
of course.
Boobé.
Go to the Boobé sisters to find out how to get them to sing at your event or party. And also Steve Schultz for his writing contributions to the show.
Merry Christmas,
every week.
Steve.
Here we go. Sing along.
Oh.
If you know the words.
There's 4 words, right? Do the hustle. No, that's more than 4 syllables.
Makes you think of the 70s. I doubt it.
Yeah.
But
it's
it
like
might be.
Desperado. They didn't put the actual song in there.
Will David O. Russell put in music like Scorsese does? Because this is a Scorsese movie, right? Will it just be all rock
Yeah, you
music
can't put this
soundtrack?
in there. You got to get Stones, right? You can't commit crimes to this. You got to commit crimes to
Give
the
me shelter.
Stones, the Who.
How can I swindle to this? There's no swindling going on.
There's no swindling to be done to this.
And remember, you can find everything we're doing at themovieguys.net. Happy holidays!